Welcome to Dad's Drafts.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad's Drafts. Now, as you can see, we are going to do another premiere draft of Aetherdrift, and I'm very glad that you are here with me. And if you are as well, then please let me know by clicking some buttons, but most importantly, leave feedback, because the goal of this channel is not only to teach people something, which I will try to do, but also to learn and get better at this game. Now, I have been Mythic before, I'm currently in Gold, I've been playing not as much as I used to, and I guess this shows. Now, as always, I will say my picks, why I do them, and let's get right into this draft. I got myself a nice cup of coffee, cup of tea even, and my body is incredibly sore because I've been logging all day. Now, let's see what we have. Our rare is a multicolored card, a 3/3 with haste, which is already pretty decent. It gives all vehicle haste, and whenever I attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attack this combat, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. I think that's pretty strong. I also like Transit Mage and of course Flood the Engine. Rise from the Wreck could be main decked, I think. But overall it's not an amazing pack. I don't think this is the best pick probably, because it has 2 colors. But there's nothing I'm really missing out on. So I know Spell Pierce and Transit Mage would be nice. But I'm just going to take the strongest card here. And, if we end up in blue, green, for instance, we could always splash for red, so that's no problem. So I'm just going to take it. I would love to play the cycling deck someday. Speaking of cycling, there's 2 pretty strong cards. There's also our good old friend the Sloth, which has been a lot of fun playing. But I think I'm going to take the Makos here. Because of course it goes amazingly together with this one. It is also a pirate, which is good to keep in mind because that works. And now I need some vehicles and of course cycling. So I wouldn't mind if this one comes around, because this does the same thing. It loots, and I would like a payoff for the looting. So I'm just going to take that. I think it's maybe the strongest 1-drop there is in the game. If you draw it late, you can just cycle it. If you have it on turn 1, it will probably grow quite quickly. So by all means, let me know what you think of this set. And as always, if you see me make mistakes, either in the picking or the playing or the drafting or whatever, please do let me know. Alright, well, there's this card, which is also great with cycling, but there's also the Sky Ray, which is exactly what we want, because, as again, it is a pirate, and it cares about cycling, and I want to cut as many cards that have to do with cycling from the packs, because I want to establish us in that thing. Now, there's also a Sky Cycle, which is pretty decent. We could splash for it for the Swashbuckle, but I assume we will get some red or blue vehicles for this ability to work. Now, I'm not sure how good the whole cycling deck is. I assume it's not as good as it was with... what was the set? The one with the Zenith Flare? Zenith Flare? That was a crazy good set. Okay, so there's a Jockey, which is a 3/3 with upside, but it cares about exhaust, and we're not really doing that. There is, however, here a very cheap cycling card, which is okay as a 4-drop with the Swashbuckler. It gives it haste, it can be a big beating, but I mostly want it for the 1-mana cycle thing, because that is actually what we want to do. So I'm going to take it here, cut off all the cycling stuff, and hope that we are the only ones who get into the cycling theme. But we could still be red something else and splash blue, for instance. It's good to keep the options open. But I like what we have so far. Oh my goodness. Well, at least it seems like the whole cycling discarding thing is open, because I'm gladly going to pick this one. I wouldn't mind a Kick-Off Celebrations, because it goes excellent in our deck. But it is a common, so I will probably get one of these later. We'll take the Makos. Love it. Pretty full now on 1-drops. Would like some more 2 and 3 drops, of course. Seems like we might be a aggressive deck. And maybe we'll get more signposts. Maybe signpost uncommons for these colors, considering it seems we're the only ones in it. Okay, so for me it's either a 4-1 or the Crash and Burn. I think I'll just take the removal spell. Wouldn't mind this one as well. I'm not even sure. 4 mana is an expensive removal spell. I'd rather have the Lightning Strike. When in doubt, I think always take the 2-drop. And if you want to be aggressive, this is a great card. I assume that we will get some removal later on. Oh, there it is. So these colors are very open. I think this one could even be main pickable. There we have the removal spell that I talked about. It does everything. It deals 5 damage, and you get to get the whole discard thing. So now we mostly just need more vehicles and cycling payoffs. And anything that cycles is also pretty good. Or maybe creature that loots would be pretty nice. So there's a vehicle. I'm not sure if it's better than the Spell Pierce. Since we are cycling, Flash is pretty good. And instant, of course. But I think I'll take the Burner Rocket. Wouldn't mind 1 Spell Pierce perhaps. But I'm gladly taking this. That's another Spell Pierce. I'll take the Spell Pierce over this. The reason that Spell Pierce is good because wow, you can keep it in your hand during the opponent's turn, and if they don't play something you want or can counter, you can just cycle something else. This is something that we will gladly be doing. Now, if you could also get the red card, which whenever you cycle something deals damage, that would be amazing. And I think it should be in this pack if no one took it. But at least our colors seem open enough from this pack. Yeah, I don't think I will play this. We don't have many artifacts. Seems like someone took the card, which is unfortunate. I'll take the land. Don't really care about the other ones. Not sure if I will play that. Okay. So far, very happy with what we have. I was talking about this one. I would like to have 1 or 2 of these. Verbose Host, start your engine 0-4, so it's not that aggressive. I think this is a pretty good card. But then we will be more in the controlling kind of deck. I wouldn't mind either of these. And I assume that one of them will come around. But going to max speed and then draw more cards is, I think, always good. Now, it would be good to maybe get some more cards that make us start our engines, because only with this one you hope to play this when you're already at 2 or 3 speed. Oh my goodness. Very strong pack. Scurry Foot is very good, of course. This is pretty good beating. But there's the Engineer, which does have stuff with Exhaust. Now, we don't really care about Exhaust. But the fact that you can play this on turn 3 for 3 mana or whatever turn, and then just give creatures haste and a +1/+1 counter on this creature, it's amazing. And in the end game, or later on, just 6 mana, this one and a 4/4 dragon. Love it. Red seems very open also from this side, it appears. So we have 2 vehicles. Could go for that one. This one starts our engines, which is what I just said that we needed. This one does as well. This also starts our engines. We have quite some payoffs for discarding cards, so I'm just going to take this one. I assume that one of these two will come around, but I would like to have one of these kickoff celebrations. What do you do? Nice tempo play. Or another Ironclad. 2 less cards if it turns upon value 1, so it's pretty good against tokens. Return to our creature. I think this is a very nice card. Too bad it's a sorcery. So maybe the Ironclad would be better for our deck. Difficult. I think I'll take the Ironclad. I think 1 mana cycling is exactly what we want. More than some kind of sorcery. Wow, there's another one. There's a Gunner, but there's also this one. It has haste. 5/4 haste artifact vehicle. You can exhaust it, tap another untapped mount or vehicle you control. This artifact creature. Pull up on it for each mount and or vehicle you control other than this vehicle. I think this is pretty strong. So I will take this. As I said before, I wouldn't mind any of these two, but maybe we'll get one. I'm going to get rid of the Serpent. Okay, so this exhausts. We don't have any exhaust stuff to make exhaust cheaper. I'm just going to take the Flyer. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. Now I think we're full on 1-drops, but you just can't leave these behind. Very nice top end card. Love it. Wow, red is so open. It's crazy. This one nearly came around. So this was our opening pack, and I'm very happy to take this one. Wouldn't also mind this one because it has cycling as well. But I will play the Artillerist. The stats are not amazing, but a 4 toughness I believe does a lot in this format. Okay, there's another one. Now I should probably start cutting the cards which do nothing with cycling just to accept the crazy rares. No, I think we have enough vehicles. 5 is enough. I don't want too many. Would like some kind of lightning strike, for instance, or something like that. Haven't seen any of those. And considering red seems very open, I would love to see some of those. Oh, lovely barrage. I'm not going to risk passing this, even though it might wheel. I would not be surprised. But I will take it. I mean, this is exactly what we want. We've already almost got a deck. So this cycles. This doesn't really cycle. What do you do? Okay, well, we cannot play it, but it seems pretty decent. Diversion unit is pretty strong. The question, however, is will we pick it over the Crash and Burn? I think we do. We have some vehicles and I want to be able to crew them. And if we can pick up a land that makes us a thing to crew these, what is it, a pilot token? That would be pretty neat. And now maybe one more 5-drop or 6-drop, and I think we're good. And I would like to cut this one for anything that has a cycling payoff, or this one. So let me just put that one aside. Maybe that one as well. And we have a lot of cycling, so we might just play 16 lands. Yeah, we just want this one on turn 1 or 2 and then just cycle all kinds of stuff away. Now if the sorcery, 7 mana sorcery comes around, I will take it because hopefully we will have cycled all these into the graveyard. Oh, I've seen that this is a pretty good card. Let me see what it does. When it ends, return to a creature or vehicle an opponent controls on hand if the opponent's speed is greater than... This is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to take it. 5 mana 4/4 bound something. Seems kind of busted. Might not play this one. Curve seems pretty good. Maybe another 6-drop. Or as I said, if we get the sorcery to return all our stuff, that's pretty good. Bounce off or a outpace to oblivion. 5 damage, 3 mana 5 damage, so it's pretty much the same, but not, of course, not in speed. It does start our engines. I think I'd rather have the bounce off and actually play it. Because we have, I think, enough removal, and I want to do stuff at instant speed. Okay, well, this is a pretty weak pack. Nothing really excites me. I'm just going to hate pick this one. Oh, that's pretty good. Could also take the gunner. But I think this does more. Maybe even more than the Howler Heavy. Maybe another bounce off. Counterspell's pretty good for us. So Aetherdrift doesn't do anything for what we want. Now it seems like we have a lot at the 4-drop, but we have these, which are technically 1-drops because we will cycle them away. Hopefully with some kind of payoff. Now in comes our opening pack, and I hope the sorcery is still in there. The 7 mana return all artifact vehicles stuff to the battlefield, give them haste. I would like that. Okay, well, it's not, unfortunately. So it seems like red was more open in pack 2, but I think we still have a pretty decent deck. 2 barrages, swashbuckler. Oh, there we have it. It was actually not my opening pack, it seems. I'm absolutely going to play this. Don't think we need the crash and burn. I'd rather play that one because it has cycling. We could use this. We don't have a lot of double blue or double red, and start your engines is pretty good. And the ability, of course, for us is also very nice. Now we do need to cut something. Let me contemplate for a while. I like the bounce off a lot. It's a big tempo play. But I think it will have to go because we have the counter spell. And we have mostly blue and also double blue at 4. So I'm going to cut 1 red. And this should be our deck. Now we have mostly red at the beginning. Yeah, it's difficult. It should be equal, but we're playing this land, so let's see how this goes. Now this is the kind of deck that I actually wanted to draft in the real life draft. It seems like a very fun deck to play. I'm just not sure how good it is, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, double red. It's not amazing, but we can cycle this and even cycle this if we want to get to our other lands. So I will keep it. Hello. Of course I would have preferred this to be a mountain. I mean island. That's a very nice draw. Playing it. All right. It also has haste. I think this is the best beatdown. Now, if we could draw another Ironclad, that would be amazing, because then it can just attack, but I think the Swashbuckler is about to die. Didn't even see what this does. 3/3 for 2. Okay. Don't really care anymore, it seems. Alright. Let's just play this one. And now you will see why a 1/4 is actually pretty good, because it keeps behind, or it keeps back the Wretched Doll. But of course you prefer to play this on turn 1. If I draw another one, I will probably just cycle it. And I will maybe also cycle this, even though it seems like he might not have any life gain. Oh, that's an interesting card. So I want to hit my land drop, so I'm just going to cycle this. Mounts and vehicles, yeah. Would be very nice to draw another land. Odds are slim, but it would be nice. That's a pretty good card. Now I have to read it anyway. When you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card. Okay. He doesn't have any exhausting yet. Exhaust for 4, this artifact feature. Okay. I'm going to cycle it now. Because then I might fake an attack with the Mako if I draw another card which has cycling. Okay, that's very nice. Now if he double blocks, that's also fine. Okay, I'm very happy with this. And there's our land. It also has flying, my goodness. So he seems desperate. We can take any damage and this is just lethal. Okay, it was lethal. That life gain was nice for him. So I think we just do this, right? We kill the refueler. We try to re-kill it. He will use the last ride. No, I think we still have him. Depends. He could counter, of course, but I think we'll just settle this, attack with both, and okay. Yeah, I did a bit too much thinking there. I had lethal anyway. But it seems like our deck is doing what it should do. And I believe that's why the, what is it, the 1/1 pirates with cycling are maybe the best 1-drops in the game, because you can cycle them away. I would have loved the artifact though, that whenever you discard a card, what is it, deal damage or draw a card. That card seems busted. Okay, still not amazing, but I will keep it. Yet again, we can cycle this to hopefully draw our island soon. There's our island. I'm going to play this first because next turn I can start our engines with the race and then get in for damage. Whenever you attack, target attack. Okay. It's pretty nice. Engines have been started. I just want to use my mana to the max. We will be getting some damage, but that's okay. I could also play this and keep the diversion units up. It might actually be the best thing to do here. But what do they want to kill? I think they will try to kill this one. I guess I'll just play this. We already have the push the limit. Seems like he wants to do some kind of fight spell. Or bite spell, actually. What is it? Ram through or something, I guess? I guess I won't block. Next turn I'll just make it a dragon. Oh, Gonti. That is that's very unfortunate for us. Okay, he has been dealing quite some damage already. I guess I'll just attack with this one for the sake of getting up to speed. And I will keep up the exhaust ability. I think it's always best to just use an ability on a creature, then play a card, simply because it won't cost you a card. This is interesting. He might have a removal spell, but if he does play the removal spell, he will no longer play Gonti, which is fine. And now that this one did its thing, I think I also just block with it. Yep. Very good trick. Okay. That's very nice. I can cycle this to draw 2 cards. And we didn't play a land yet, I think, so I best just cycle this one. So I draw 2 cards. And play a land. Oh, we did play a land. Okay. That is unfortunate. Guess I was mistaken there. Guess we'll take more damage. He will play Gonti. But I would like to draw some kind of removal for anything. Now the question is, do I chump? Do I chump? He will probably get a card from my... I'm probably going to do something stupid, but I'm going to chump because I don't want the Gonti to happen. And I'll just look for a removal spell in the meantime. Okay, that will also help, I think. Okay, so next turn we can do push the limit, which will be about 12 damage if he has stuff that cannot block. I want to minus that. It will be 2 more damage, so I have to play something which can block. I am thinking. Guess I'll just do this. And I will probably double block the something. Or now we have a lethal attack next turn. Depending on what he does. Okay, it seems like we will have a lethal attack. I'm just going to take as little risk as possible and make sure that I don't get any damage, because he has to play 2 creatures now. And we have lethal still. So if he plays 1 creature, okay, this is good game, I think. Yep. There we go. Push to the limit, doing what it should do. I think I made the right call there. Even though it seems like a waste throwing your 2/2 vigilance away. Imagine that he would have hit me, then he would have gotten the barrage. So, you know, that's that. I don't think it would be good for him to be able to deal 5 damage to a creature of mine. 2-0. Let's keep the ball rolling. Okay, we have both colors. We have a counter spell and this dude. Let's just hope that we will draw more cheap cycling spells. But so far we've not had many lands in our opening hand. But if he doesn't play anything now, okay. Yeah, let's just counter that. Please, something with cycling or a land. Okay, that is something with cycling. Please give me a land. I really don't want to miss my land drops, okay. And suddenly the 1-drop has become a 2/2, which already makes it very good. Okay, well, goodbye, Mako. It was good knowing you. It's the only thing we have at the moment. Yep, it's the only thing we had at that moment. And of course now we draw the cycling spell. I just want to make sure that we draw the lands. So I'm just going to see if I... Even though it's desperate, cycling up some good stuff. Now we have the mech cycle next turn if we draw a land, which is pretty good. Especially if he already exhausts this. Okay. So this is just 5 damage, depending on what we draw. And otherwise it's probably the strategist. Strategist? Strategist. Yeah. Strategist it is. Because it kind of kills his attacks. And I assume this will not be the only creature that he plays. If only we could cycle this into a mountain, then we would still be good. Or he plays something big, I will just play this. Oh, I will kill that, most definitely. I will not block. Still no land. Well, let's just hope that this draws us our land. We can cycle that away. This is not going to happen anytime soon. Alright, well, that is very unfortunate. We have been drawing a lot of action, which is normally no problem. But now it is, because we're only drawing it. Oh, please. Yeah, I have to cycle this. I need to find a mountain. That's not a mountain. Well, at least we can counter something if he plays it. And if he will attack with the Hazard of the Dunes, it will be a very unfortunate 2-for-1. And us discarding this card, by the way, is, oh my goodness, is pretty good. Okay, guess we won't be blocking. I don't think there's anything that we can do anymore now. He's been curving out nicely, and we have not been drawing any lands. And the only thing that we could do now is draw 2 lands in a row. That's 1. That cannot block. I need to play something that can block. So this blocks. And we might not die. And if we draw another land, we have... what is it? 6. We have a lot of damage. But if he removes this... okay. Well, land from the top might do it. But if he has a removal spell, we're still dead. Oh, this even has vigilance. My goodness. Okay, well... that was very unfortunate. Wouldn't it have been amazing to just top deck another land? Yeah, never mind. Okay. Pyrewood Gearhulk. It's a good card. Okay, bit unfortunate there with the lands. I believe that we could still have one. Because he would have been dead if we top decked the land. Maybe. He would have gotten 12 damage. And the, what is it, the 4/4 flyer would have gotten through. So he would have gotten 16 damage. And I think he was below 16, I'm not even sure. Alright, well, maybe just a 3-lander now as a opening hand would be nice. Okay, that is nice. I am keeping this, even though it's not the best. We can cycle this, we can cycle pretty much anything. Okay. Now maybe something that awards us for cycling. Oh my goodness, he's also very slow. First blood. Okay, that is okay. I think it will die. Or not. Does he have a board wipe or something? Okay, that's pretty nice. I think we just play both, add to the board. And now he might remove something, but that's fine. Not sure why he's not been doing anything. I must say it is fishy. Let's just try this. Why can I not exhaust it? Exhaust, tap another untapped mount or vehicle. Okay, so I thought it was also creatures. That is unfortunate. Well, in that case, maybe I shouldn't have. And now it's probably going to be exiled because he has the... okay. It's destroyed, that's no problem. It will come back later. Now, knowing that, I thought I could exhaust this, but now I should have just not played it. Keep up the engineer exhaustibility and the diversion unit counterspell. Because now he's probably going to fight the engineer. Okay, well they both die, that's fine by me. Okay, that's very nice so far. Let's just keep this going. Whoops. Why can I not settle? Oh, it's settle 3. Okay, I should be... oh, wake up. Stop slacking. Okay, good game. He must have drawn a lot of lands, or it cannot really have been his mana, or green was his off color, but that seems odd. So I think he just was unlucky, or he kept a bad hand. However, I cannot be dissatisfied. We did pretty well. And we had a 3-land opening hand, which is amazing. Oh man, my back is just killing me. I'm glad I can just sit all evening, because man, this is pretty nice. I'm just wondering if I should. I do have another another turn 4 play. Otherwise, I maybe would have done this. Depending on what I draw, but I think cycling this away is always good for us. Because that's why we have it in the deck. Yeah, I'm just going to play this one. He might have the exile spell, which is good to keep in mind. Okay. Vehicles, creatures you control, human. So vehicles are now also human. Each creature you control of the chosen type, so his other vehicles get pumped. That's pretty much it, I guess. So keep up the counterspell and the cycling. I cannot cycle this. I can only cycle this. I think it's best to just get in for 5 damage now that his board is empty. But I assume that the Swashbuckler will probably die. Okay, guess it won't die. Crew 3. Okay. Well, that does slow us down. We can only attack with the diversion unit now. I will just say that. Okay. Will he attack is the question. I don't think he will. I guess we'll just keep getting in for 2. And I hope to draw another Ironclad. Double red would have been nice. And considering this, I think I will not play the strategist. I will just keep all the cycling and the interaction in hand. But I would like to draw more mountains. Odds are him playing green that he might have a fight spell, and then trip up is just amazing. And the next turn we can play the strategist and the Mako, for instance. Or we could always cycle the Mako and trip up. Okay. I don't really care about 4 damage. I know that I could block with the Swashbuckler and then return the engine to his hand or to his library stuff. I'm not going to play this anytime soon, so I'm just going to cycle it. And since I don't have enough red, I might as well just cycle this one. There we go. So now we can attack freely for 5, which seems pretty good. And if he wants to block the diversion unit or whatever, that's fine. Okay. Yet again, not playing these because, as I said before, I assume he has some kind of interaction. We can take some more damage, and next turn we can double spell with either this one and that one. Okay. So now I'm going to, what is it, at the beginning of his end step, yeah. I will take 8, it seems. And I will return that. He will probably draw it next turn, but now his board is untapped. Or all tapped, actually. I think we have to do this and this, and then probably jump with the Sky Ray. I mean, we have to jump with the Sky Ray, otherwise we're dead. Oh no, we're not. Okay, I'm going to risk it. I'm just going to assume that he has nothing, and then we have lethal. And if he does have a pump spell, so be it. Now we don't have lethal, of course, because we still have the Swashbuckler. But this can become a 5/5. Oh my goodness, so many lands. So this is the only thing that we can do now. And next turn we have to do a lot of blocking and jumping and don't die, I guess. Okay. Few creatures, that's interesting. So any human gets pumped. It doesn't have to be an artifact. Or it doesn't have to be a vehicle. Swashbuckler has just been a 3/3 haste so far. Never had a vehicle with haste with it or whatever. But he is fearless. Now I wonder what he drew. I'm trying to not take any more risk now. If he does have a fight spell, it will be painful. It seems like he does with the engine on my strategist. Yep. Oh, they actually both die. That's not too bad. Please do attack. We've got to top deck a cycling card and then we win, it seems. We do have many in our deck, so the odds are that we will. But considering my luck, sometimes the odds are bigger that we will just draw a land. Now the start your engines land would actually be also be good enough. That does the trick. Lovely. Lovely draw. Okay, well, that was very close. We were on 2, so were they. And I believe I have to go to 2, because if I had blocked, then I wouldn't have had the board now to bring him so low. So I believe no misplays so far. And we're 4-1, so it's looking okay. Let's continue. Now I have run out of tea and coffee, unfortunately. But that's life, I guess. Currently waiting. Alright. Yes, I will keep this. I love this. It's amazing. We play this dude. Depending on what he does, we might play the... Okay. Would he trade this? I don't think he would. Now, obviously, I will not play this one anymore. And if he wants to trade this, that's fine. I'm going to play the Sky Ray, because hopefully next turn we can do some double cycling here, and it will go lovely. We just need to find another land. So I will cycle the Ironclad first, just to get another land, and then I guess play this one. You can exort it for 1, tap it, create a 1/1 cat creature token with lifelink. Oh, that's a very good card. When he cycles this, okay, so that's not important. I'm not even sure how good this is for limited. Lovely. So let's just I don't mind trading this, so I'm just going to play this. I don't think he will trade it. And now I'm just going to cycle this anyway to deal more damage to his face. And we are getting our land drops. And I'm fine with him racing if he wants. And I will block the Cloud Spire with the host, if he wants to use a trick on that. But I think he just wants to kill one of these two. Probably the Sky Ray. Man, we have 2 more cycling cards in hand. That's amazing. Not sure if we have to use them for cycling. But this is why it's so good, because this is just a good trick. And you can just keep it up and use it as a trick or cycling. So the flexibility on these cards is huge. Now, not of course right now, because we don't have any mana to use it. Okay. Not sure why he plays that before combat, actually. So I'm just going to attack with both of these. And cycle this one. Will I play this as a creature? I don't think I will. So I'm just going to cycle this as well, because I want to hit my land drops for the push the limit. And maybe draw more of these. Now this Sky Ray is getting very big. I assume he will probably deal 6 damage to it. Okay, no attacks. I don't mind that. Let's get ourselves to maximum speed. He might exile the Mako. And if he double blocks, I'm fine with that. Sure. And now if he does a trick, it will be a blowout. Okay, that's fine. Max speed. Loving it. And now cycling this will draw us 2 cards, or we can use it as a trick. So I'm just going to keep it up. So he will try to destroy that. We can do that, which is not amazing. Why is he oopsing me? He thinks we have a counterspell. Sure, that's okay. I think I'm going to cycle this anyway, because I just want to draw many cards. Okay. Don't really care about that. This is nice. Okay. So we can cycle the Ironclad, which we will do. We will kill something that he does. He will probably exhaust that. We will try to kill it with the barrage. And we could also just discard the Ironclad, but I hope to draw some kind of other mount or vehicle that we can discard. Okay, well, let's just get more card value out of this Frederiksrud host thing. Sure. I mean, I think he's still dead. We can just do this. We have 2 Ironclads, which is 12 damage. Yeah. Good game. My goodness. Ironclads together with the push limit. Lovely. It feels good to have a deck which is doing what I intended. So I hope you like what you're seeing and you maybe learned something from it. And if you did like or do like this so far, if you're still here, feel free to click some buttons, help out the good old algorithm so that more people get to my channel and so that I get more feedback, because that's actually what I would really like. 5-1. Now, considering that the game that we lost was because we drew almost no lands, even though we cycled a lot. Alright, Kaslon. Oh, this is pretty nice. I will keep this. I know I cannot play the Nixon whatever, but next turn, first turn I can play this, second turn I can play the other one and cycle the Ironclad, which will be aces. And I assume that cycling something will get us more lands. So much value. Okay. 2 mana spent, we have 2 2-drops. Me likey. He will probably kill something now, but you know, we still have something on the board which will grow bigger and bigger. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to play this one. He will block 1. We will still get to 2 speed. And we'll play this one. And I think I will cycle this one. And if I could get rid of this one another way, I would. I assume he's going to kill something or play a big blocker, I guess. We passed on one of these in red. Oh, that's also pretty nice. Let's do that first. I'm keeping up red because I will probably draw a land. Get rid of that one. And if this was a blue land, then I couldn't have cycled the art list. So I hope he blocks the 3. Oh, this is amazing. So much value, my goodness. I'm very sorry, Kaslan. I assume he has some kind of... I hope he has some kind of board wipe for his sake, but this is just... Turn 4, we have so much power. Sure, you can keep doing that, but, you know, it's... Now, I'm not cycling this yet, because I want to get to 4 speed. And now that I cycle this, I will draw more cards. Now, I don't know what he can have. I don't think it's a 4-mana board wipe. Okay. This is a good game. Oh my goodness. So this has haste. Okay. So we can just crew it like this. And we draw, whoops. We draw some cards. He almost did something. We almost got the thing that we wanted. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this deck is doing pretty nicely and drawing all the Makos at, what is it, turn 1, 2, 3, 4. That was just crazy. So much power. I mean, I assume he had a nice deck, and he did have some ways to stall the board. But if you have to use a 3-mana spell, or maybe 2 3-mana spells on a 1-mana creature, you're always behind. Because you're using 2 more mana than the opponent did for the threat. So this might be the last game. We might get a trophy, we might also not and lose 2 in a row. That's also plausible. I've been there. You've also probably been there. Okay. Oh, this is lovely. Strategist. Maybe we're too aggressive to play this card. Oh, another Mako. If only we could draw another mountain, then we could do the same thing again. It is not a mountain, so we will start our engines. And I guess we will just play another Mako. It's not the best use of our mana, that's why I wanted to draw another mountain, so we could also cycle the Ironclad. Okay. Now if we draw another land, we will probably just play this and crew it with the Swashbuckler, and then we'll get all the value from the Fearless Swashbuckler. Okay, guess we won't. It still has haste, but we don't have enough to crew it, which is unfortunate. And I cannot cycle this and play the barrage. That is annoying. Okay, well, that was a good tempo play for him. I'm not sure if he knows that, but if he taps out, I might just use the barrage main. What is it? Main phase. Because this also helps us loot. Okay, good game. Okay, well, blue-red was open, so I was actually glad that I first picked the, what is it, the rare, even though it was mostly just a 3/3 haste. I really like the deck. I hope you did too. If you did, let me know. It did exactly what we wanted. We got rid of the vehicles, we got them into the graveyard, pushed the limit, helped us win a few times, and other than that, these things were amazing. So thank you for watching. If you like what I did, by all means, feel free to let me know, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching Dad's Drafts.